Welcome. We're just going to have a look at Class Notebook here. So I've landed on it now, and I'm on Class Notebook, and you can see you've got a nice welcome page. And if we go to the navigation arrow, just click on the navigation arrow, and you can see down here we've got a load of student numbers, and I've got a teacher-only folder. So it's like a teacher-only chapter in my Class Notebook. So if I scroll down here, and you can see I've added some categories. So what we're delivering at the minute with my group, I'm on this one, site preparation, and you can see I've put the scheme of work in there. That's all set up and inside the Class Notebook. Now, if I wanted to share that scheme of work with my class, I could quite easily go on to scheme of work there, so we can see that we've got it over here. And what I'll do, I'll just bring the light on so it's easy for us to see. And I'm going to go over here where it says Class Notebook. I'm going to click onto that. And we're going to distribute this page so you can see we're in the sections here. We're on site prep. These are pages. I'm on page there. So I'm on scheme of work page here. And that's the page I wish to share. I clicked on Class Notebook. I'm going to distribute that page. Click that and I get some options. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to go cross notebook distribution. You can do it to individuals, you can do it to groups. I'm going to go cross notebook distribution. I'm going to click on that. And then this appears over here, cross notebook distribution. And I'm going to scroll down until I can find mine. So let's get rid of this light so it's a bit clearer. All right, okay, so let's have a look. And we're looking for my class code here. So you can find it's quite difficult to see with all the other classes there. Let's have a look again. Level 2 I'm looking for. There we go, it's got my name on it. Level 2, Group 2, that's it. So click that, go to next. And where I wish to put that. So normally when I share pages with classes, I might put it in class notes, but it's more of a handout for them as opposed to anything that I want them to work on. So I'm going to click on handouts. I'm going to click on distribute. And it's working on that now. Tells you it's waiting to start and it'll tell you how many percentages it's got. And then when it's loaded and it's distributed this document with my class, we'll go and have a look at it. So we're nearly there now, 62% complete. And there it's all done. So we can close that down. Go back to the navigation key. I'll just close teacher only down for a moment. I'll select her students at random. Click on this student here. And I'll just go through these as well while we're here. Look at the class notes. If I went onto class notes, you can see they've been very busy putting bits and pieces into their class notebook, reflection on practical tasks. Well, obviously they weren't in for that section, but they have been. I've probably picked a bad one to demonstrate to you there, so let's try another one just so I can show you. Class notes. Let's see if this, so we've done some theory tools there. And you can see here, I'll just highlight this, it's a little tip that and we discussed some theory, in the theory class we discussed some common hand tools that a plumber may use. So I asked the students, once we'd spoken about, discussed and had a look at them in the classroom, to go to the class notebook and write down as many as they could remember. And then I've done a bit of feedback here. So I put my feedback in a yellow text box so it stands out clearly so the student can see it. So let's go back to what we were setting up in the first place. And if you recall, I'd shared and distributed the scheme of work with my students. So if I go onto handouts, because that's where I put it, you can see that the scheme of work for processes site prep has gone in there, and the student has access to that. So they can see where they're up to, how we're progressing. One thing I did want to show was when you do some feedback on some class notes. So when the student's done some work and I put some feedback in, so there's a little bit there, a bit of a reflection of what they did in the practical session. I've just put a little trophy there, a little image. It doesn't need a lot of feedback for that actual reflection. I just wanted to look at it and see if they remembered what they'd done. So that I was happy with that. But Microsoft Teams, as far as I can see, it does not give the student a notification when feedback has occurred. So what I told my class to do was keep an eye on posts. If they went on posts, you can see here I've got feedback is now available from week 1 in your class notebooks. And I'll share a similar message for when the feedback's done for this week as well. So we've been in class notebook, and what have we looked at? We've looked at how to share and distribute a page. And how we did that, Teacher Only has a library of content that they share as and when it's required. So if I wanted to share something from safety, I could share a scheme of work. We went over to class notebook, distribute page, cross notebook selection, and that's how we did it. And it's as simple as that. It's quite simple to do if you get your teacher library or your teacher only page set up with quite a bit of content for your course to share at the appropriate time with your students.